Okay, this is Daud. Summarize your story, okay?
Yes.
You had decades of prostatitis, mood swings, you were freezing cold. The first time you came to see me like 15,
Yes.
16 years ago.
Yes.
You were wearing long john, long sleeves, and you were shaking cold. You love to play tennis, but you say that you play 20 minutes, you were sweating for 2 hours.
Yes.
You slept an hour before all the games. You never won a championship.
No.
And then you came to see me finally after you watched my television show for a whole year.
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't sure about you. Trust me. I wasn't sure where you're coming from. I know you're coming from both places.
Well, where do you think I'm coming from?
Well,
yeah.
So I didn't know this was just false advertising, that you would just want people to come in, or you really, obviously, that you want to help people from the heart. That's important.
Both.
Because money can be made. Yeah, both.
Anyway, okay. So within a year, you were wearing shorts in the winter. You were intensive training 3 times a week, 2 hours each time, and you finally won a championship.
Yes.
In your age group doubles. Okay,
Yes.
that's a remarkable thing. From being freezing cold to wearing shorts in the winter, and also you play in 100-degree heat. You told me.
Dr. Tong, let me explain even more. I'm talking about a person that was about ready to commit suicide because I was so far gone.
Wow.
Literally.
Oh.
A person that if I drove a car for 2 hours, I had to sleep on the side of the freeway for at least an hour sometimes because I had no energy.
Oh.
We're talking about playing tennis, and I'm talking about playing tennis for 20 minutes and sweating for 4 hours after that because you couldn't stop sweating.
Gee.
You take a man like that who now is capable of not only playing in 100-degree heat and 100% humidity, but 4 hours a day for 6 days straight in tournaments. And I played many tournaments, and finally at the age of 60, I won my first national 50 tournament. That's a miracle.
Yes.
So we're talking about taking a person from 0 to 1
very active
to 95, which is very active,
yes,
in a short period of time. And that's the question that I had, that lays the foundation of your work that happened a long time ago.
Okay.
But then something else happened that makes me question why you are still so confident, and that's what I wanted to cover with you.
Okay.
I know what you did for me
Before,
from 0 to 90.
Let's finish your story. Your story is not finished yet, okay?
Yeah.
So after you were so good, you become arrogant. You stay away from me.
12 years. Yes, 12 years.
Actually,
yeah.
You stay away for 10 years without taking a treatment.
Yes.
And you had a heart attack.
Yes.
Okay. They
cold blue heart attack. That means dead for 5 days.
Oh, but then they save you, and then you get the 5-vessel bypass, heart bypass.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then you feel good. You play tennis again.
This was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had the heart attack, and then 2 months after that, they had the open heart surgery.
Yeah.
And then I started playing animal tennis again for about a year.
But then you say 3 years
3
later.
years ago.
3 years later, you had another heart attack.
Exactly, which was an arterial defibrillation, and that happened 3 years ago exactly. And then they put a pacemaker and everything in me, and that's where I was 3 years ago.
But then you were crippled. You walk a little bit. You had chest pain.
Yes.
Now the first question you should ask. You have 5 big vessel bypass, but then 3 years later, you only last for 3 years. Now, after you came back 2.5 years ago, and within a year, within a few weeks, I put you back on the tennis court.
This is the surprising part to me, Dr. Tong, because my cardiologist, very correctly, was concerned, and he didn't want me to play in the heat, and he thought I'd go back. He didn't want me to sweat. And the first thing you said after you started treatment is, I want you to sweat. And I was very apprehensive in the beginning because he asked me to sweat. So I started sweating, which means I started exercising.
First, you got to start exercising. Before you exercise, you need to be able to take care of the chest pain with the exertion.
Yes.
So they could not do that. So that's why you need to understand where they come from. So it's good for them to concern, because you should not exercise when you have chest pain.
Yes.
But I was able to get rid of your chest pain right away.
Yes.
Okay, so the difference is that they take care of 5 big freeways. I take care of all the tiny streets.
That's the big thing.
I open all your capillary.
Yes.
The vessels.
Yes.
Okay, the vessels are opened by qi.
Yes.
So you got to open all the blockages. Wherever your blockage, you have no qi. Just like a dead person. Okay, there's no chi, all the tiny vessels close up, okay? You can pump the circulation all you want, there's no exchange of oxygen to the tissue. Because the cul-de-sac, the street are closed.
Yes. The question though I have though at that point is a lot of the people that do this kind of work, let's say medical doctors, they want proof. For example, let's say that peripherally your arteries at the very bottom of your legs may be closed. How do you know your capillaries are open? How do you know your ejection fraction? How do you know that without testing it?
In your case, you test it, okay? Before you came back to see me after the heart attack, your cardiac ejection factor was how much?
It was 35.
35,
which is very low.
Very low, okay. Now, you had recently done after you get the treatment from me, so what was the ejection fraction?
The last time I tested it was up to 45.
So that's the proof. That's the proof, okay. From 35 to 45, that's very, very high, okay.
Yes.
And normal is 50, and I'll get you to 50 this year.
Yes. The cardiologist in their own way will tell you, because they mean well, is that, well, the heart can come back and the muscle can come back and it has nothing to do with any treatment that you do, or, you know, because they don't believe in your work. And
listen, okay, there is not one single case that even come close to you. All the people that had heart attack are crippled, on drugs, they walk a little bit, they have chest pain just like before you came back to see me. So what kind of story are they telling you? Yes. There's no way that any of the patient can go back in a few weeks or in a few years, okay? Because if the chi is blocked, there's no circulation to the cardiac muscles. It's dangerous to exert yourself because you're demanding the heart to work when you're not giving them circulation. Right. In your case, I opened all the tiny capillaries by opening all your blockages. You still have a lot of blockages. Yes. You still have so much more improvement. You say you feel good all the time. You're going to feel even better. Yeah.
Which brings me to the point I wanted to ask you, Dr. Tong.
Okay.
In the last few months, based on your advice, I have started exercising at least 5 days a week. I run at least half an hour. Everything that I do, I get the heart rate up to at least 120. Now, that means that on a 1 to 10 scale, I'm feeling 6 and a 7. Now you're telling me that with your work, that I would have the ability to go back and play the kind of tennis that I used to play, to play the kind of tournaments that I play, is blowing everybody's mind. My friends, my fellow competitors, is blowing their minds. They're saying, what are you even thinking?
And you are going to be 70 this year.
I'm going to be 70, no question. And I still play with kids that are 35 years old.
Incredible, isn't it?
Okay. I find this incredible.
Let me tell you something, okay?
What gives you this confidence that I can do this? This is something unbelievable, Dr. Tong.
It's really simple, okay? It's all depend on circulation and the life in the blood. So you get the life in the blood open up to all the tissue, not just the heart, but the kidney, the liver, the digestive system, so your whole body become better. So basically, physiologically, you are younger than before. I was younger than before. I would suggest to all the listeners out there, go to my website, drtong.com, drtong.com, and go to testimonies, and photo medicine. Look at how old it used to be 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago, 9 years ago. Today, I'm decades younger than 9 years ago. I should be 9 years older, but I look a lot better. Because I was severely ill and looked like a 70, 80-year-old man, and I was so weak. And for 9 years, I could not exercise because I had chest pain. And for 4 years, the doctor said I could not make it. But I did my self-treatment. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I started exercising again.
That's amazing.
Again, okay? I fast walk 1.2 miles. I've been doing it for 2 weeks, and I'm not going to stop. And with my treatment, I'll get younger every year. So why is it so difficult? You can make a house, an old house, younger and younger and younger and younger for 400 years. As long as you have what?
The chi.
Chi. Living person. Construction chi. Or the chi to buy construction people to replace the drywall, replace the ceiling, replace everything, okay? So the human body even better. Your blood, your cells, your muscle, your skin, your bone, your nerve are replaced periodically all the time. You don't have to buy them. So what is the key ingredient to make sure your muscle, your bones are being replaced?
It's got to be the chi that you speak
Chi,
about, which is what gives you the confidence.
Yeah, you got to have life everywhere. When you don't have life, okay, there's a scientific principle called entropy. All material, matter are entropic. They are decaying. They're going into disorder all the time. But chi is negative entropy. It never decay, it never rot, it never die. You and I, we are all eternal beings. So as long as you got chi everywhere in your body, you become newer and newer. And the chi will take the chi you get from air, water, and food, and replace make new skin cell, new muscle cell, and new any kind of cell to replace everything. And your chi will make sure that all the organs are functioning.
So every cardiologist will tell you that the heart muscle never repairs itself.
They are wrong. They're dead wrong.
That's what I understand.
Yeah.
The heart muscle does not repair
No,
itself.
no,
So what
no,
you're
no,
saying
no.
is,
Yeah.
through this treatment,
Yeah.
through the chi energy,
Yeah.
that the heart muscle, which
Yes.
is dead,
All
has
muscle.
been dead for 5 years,
No, yeah.
is going to repair itself. They say there's one muscle that doesn't repair itself.
Exactly.
Maybe it may, but mostly
No,
it
no,
doesn't.
no. Absolutely. Okay, chi repairs everything. I can tell you, everywhere in San Francisco is repairable as long as you get living person there. If you don't have living person there, the rotten muscle will
Right.
never be repaired. Okay, the
Understandable.
blood vessel goes there, take out the dead part, replace it with new.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. Okay, every cell are being replaced all the time. Blood cells 3 months, skin cells 4 weeks, muscle cell a few months, bone cell couple of years. Okay,
That's
so
right.
every cell are being replaced as long as your living part of you, the mind that contain the chi, is connected to all the parts that are rotting or dead. Yeah.
Which brings me to this point, Dr. Tong.
Okay.
Based on what you've asked me to do, I am now hitting tennis balls at the world-class level in my age group with a young man that I used to play with, and the last 2 times I hit with him, he is shocked that I can do this.
Yes.
And when I told him that what you had asked me, that I may end up playing tournament tennis again, he was beyond shocked, and he said, have you thought about this? I said, I have confidence in you.
Yeah.
But I want to know why you have this confidence, is what I was thinking. I have confidence in you.
Well, very simple. I know where your traffic jams are. It's simple, okay? You tell me where you have the problem, where they digest, your hands are cold, your feet cold, your hands and feet are not cold anymore.
No, they're very
much better, okay?
Yes.
Before you were still icy cold. So when you exert yourself a little bit, okay, you don't have circulation there. Now they're warmer.
Yeah.
So when you tell me where your problem is, I know where the blocks are.
The other thing I want to mention, and people that are listening to this, from the bottom of my heart, I want to tell you, I've never felt so peaceful, Dr. Tong.
Yes.
So content. And it's very difficult to describe this feeling of contentment, of peace, that every day that you get up, it just seems like you're on this calm ocean water, traveling, that every part of your life is going to be okay. I am absolutely blown away by this feeling.
Absolutely, okay. I understand you because I feel the same way.
Amazing.
My treatment put the soul, put the mind of the person back to the body. So when your body and mind together, this feel peaceful. This feel like eternal. It doesn't have any problem. The more we have the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit, and the eternal truth. So stress and the different bad factors in life separate your body away from the mind. So I'm putting it back together so you're closer to the soul, the spirit, and the eternal truth. And you know everything that happened in life is no coincidence. It's how it's supposed to happen. So you're totally at peace, not overjoyed, not sad, and not anything like that. So that's why you feel so peaceful. The more you get rid of get rid of that sound there.
The sound will go away.
Get rid of all the blockage, okay?
Yes.
The more peaceful you feel. So you're going to feel even better. Now, as far as competing in tennis, if you do want to do it in later, you need to come like weekly or by once every 2 weeks, because when you start competing, you have a lot of stress.
Yes.
And I open the stress, and then again you feel like an
Yes.
animal. So
Yes.
when you get blocked, then you hesitant. You know, you have fear, you have doubts, you have trepidations. Okay, but when they're all open, you don't even think.
Yeah.
Your mind, your chi is in all the muscles. So you want to hit the tennis ball right at the corner, right where, okay, the
You can
muscle,
do that.
the muscle listen to you.
Yeah.
But you got blockage, okay? You want to do something, the muscle doesn't get the message.
Right.
So it's all mind-body connection. So the first thing you want to learn from this interview is that it's all mental. It's all mind, it's all life. And forget about conventional doctor. They don't know that the human is a spirit, is a mind, a vibration, invisible, non-physical vibration that enter the body and experience the body and make and command the body to do what it's supposed to do. So this is the key. Is the Chinese found out our existence is physical and non-physical, body, mind, and spirit. The non-physical. It's this part that counts. This part is what sustains health. So conventional doctors do not know that. All they do is suppress symptoms. They do not know how to restore health. So there is no health care in any Western country. It's all battling of sickness. And when you use chemicals for a long time, the chemical are bad for health for a long time, 100%. Doesn't matter whether you use high blood pressure pill, arthritic pill, pain pills, and you use it for a long time, it's wrong, 100% wrong. You need to use something the body uses to restore health. Healthcare is to restore health.
Absolutely.
Now ask your cardiologist or any doctor you know, how many patients they have restored the health so they don't have to take the drugs?
No.
Zero.
I understand.
So there's no health care in America. And in fact, when health and life become a rare commodity, okay, so people are willing to pay a lot of money, and there are a lot of frauds, fraudulent, dream up all kinds of high-tech, invasive, caustic. The more caustic, the more harmful, the more high-tech, okay, the more expensive.
Right, and as long as the doctor prescribes it, then they
yeah,
get it.
so
Yes.
so they use propaganda and promote all these high-tech things. My treatment is so easy, so simple, and no side effects. You just put your mind back to the body,
Yes.
and that's why you feel so peaceful. Yeah.
Based on your, very lastly, Dr. Tong, based on what you asked me to do, I'm going to go to a personal trainer
Sure.
once a week.
Absolutely.
And personal trainers will start you by jumping 2-pound rope just to warm up. They really take you through the paces. So 3 times a week or 2
Yes.
times a week, I'm going
Yeah.
to go to a personal trainer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go back to playing this level of tennis that you talked about.
Yes.
And I'd like to have this conversation a few months down the line again
Yeah. Mhm.
to give you the result of what you have asked me to do
Listen.
and what I have done, and this is where I am.
Okay, if you come regularly, get the treatment, and remove the blockage and remove more blockages, you can outperform yourself that you did 15 years ago.
That's
and then
amazing.
and if you do any competitive tennis, okay, I'll get rid of your stress from the competition. So when you go to next match, okay, you're like totally alive again, totally
Yes.
with no fear.
Yeah,
no
fear.
hesitation.
No
See?
hesitation. That's
See?
the main thing. No fear, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Because my companion Julie is saying, "Oh no." My friends are saying, "Oh boy, what are you thinking?" You see where human beings are coming from, and that's why, because of my confidence in you,
Yeah.
I wanted to know why you have this confidence. That why do I have this confidence? I
Look.
mean, I can sense it,
Look.
but I don't know the technology behind this.
Look, I didn't give you this detail. When I was first get sick 9 years ago, a Chinese doctor misdiagnosed me. I was cold, he said I was hot, and give me cold herbs, and I almost died. And then another doctor saved me using a lot of warming herb, hot herbs, okay? But after that, for 4 years, every time he felt my pulse, he would just say, I really have no hope. I mean, he didn't say it this way, he said it to my wife, and my wife bought life insurance. So for 4 or 5 years, I can hardly do anything. Most of the time I'm in bed,
Amazing.
okay? And then after I inject myself and do self-treatment, I slowly get better. But even then, for 9 years, I was too tired to walk the dog. When I go up the hill, we go up the hill first, I would be short of breath and my leg gets tired. Today, been 2 weeks now, every day I walk 1.2 to 1.4 miles. Fast walking, okay?
I like that.
And then I'll take away more blockage, I'll get better and better, okay? Aging doesn't mean anything. It's how you care for the mind and body. So an old house doesn't mean anything, you could stay old all the time. It depends on how much effort you put in remodeling and repairing the house and upgrading and make it feel better. You know, I make it look better. So a house that's 400 years old can look brand new. A house that's not kept up, that 10 years can look like 100 years old. So you know how you take care of it. And the key is chi. The key is mental. It's the life energy that connected to the decaying part. When you get the chi that can repair it, any decay can be repaired. So your heart muscle can be repaired. Your brain muscle, your nerve cell can be repaired. Everything can be repaired.
And to add to that, every time I come up here, to the third story, I come up the stairs 2 stairs at a time. I go 2 stairs at a time.
2 steps at a time.
2 steps at a time.
That's why I used to.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's why I used to walk. When I was in LA County Medical Center,
yes.
we go up 9 floors, and I used to do that.
Yes.
But
That's a great feeling.
I'll get back to doing it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's all strength and life come from chi, and chi attached to the blood. So basically, blood circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Now I think your boss is trying to get a hold of you.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions you want to ask?
I have answered my question, Dr. Tong. I really appreciate you. I really
Sure.
do, because I always had the confidence in you. There's no question that I physically feel 100% different than when I first came to you. The question that I had was, putting it in very simple terms, how is it that this body from the inside can change so dramatically with your treatment?
Connect to the chi.
The answer is that simple.
Yeah, light connection.
Knowing where to go and put the injections.
I've been doing this on my body for 30 years. I've been treating patients for 30 years and self-treatment maybe 25 years. So, and that's why I'm able to do this, whereas hardly any acupuncturist or Chinese professor can do that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for challenging me and with all these incredible questions.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.